G'day, here it is. This is my 100th video. We're supposed to be lots of fanfare and jumping and exciting and making the video with all sorts of pop. However, I've got the dreaded COVID. I'm just hoping to get the video out as soon as I can. So in this video I'm going to take you through a few things. One of the great things will be a trip on the Gordon River, which I really enjoyed that. And then some of the usual great places to go throughout Tasmania. Anywho, let's go. Good morning, top of the morning to you. Well, don't want to be finicky, but there's the red boat, which I'm going on. That's red. Should be called the burgundy boat. That could be confusing, I guess. And all of the luxury people are now boarding their flight in their boat. And we'll be headed off in about 20 minutes. Battle of high seas.
On the left of the island in front, that is Elskate. She's 16 metres across with a water depth of around 23 metres in the centre of the gap.
Okay, we're rolling on in the video. Just thought I'd mention it. If you haven't already subscribed, it would be great if you could. Anywho, let's keep going.
So where we're standing just now, we would hear the sound of men in chains walking up and down the island. We would hear the sound of the saw pits of the men hewing those huge logs all the hours of daylight. It's a solitary confinement jail. Not big, 6 feet long, 3 foot wide, 6 foot deep. The same dimensions as your grave.
I've got to make this quick because I'm on Sarah Island. We've just done the tour. Awesome guy, young Ross. He was very energetic. You might not get him when you come and do the tour, but if you're lucky, you'll get someone pretty good anyway. This is the new penitentiary that they built, but there's lots and lots to know about it, so you really do have to go on this tour and find out about Sarah Island. For those who are interested, we're running at 33 knots. The 4 engines up to about 4,000 horsepower, so a lot of grunt. And we've just visited Sarah Island. What a great place. Well worth the visit just to go and see that. And now we're about to have a delightful lunch and a great little system. What they do is they serve the lunch to you at the table rather than you go up and sort of clamour around. So it comes out, present a little lunch box at your table. So let's go and enjoy that. Let me share an embarrassing moment for you. A fellow traveller pointed out the system. I should have worked it out myself. Have a little boat, picture of a boat here, and in the bush there's a boat made of steel, and that's the the legend or the grid to find out where to find stuff. So this particular one is the Huon pine. I don't know whether you can see that. That's stretching right up there, and apparently they can make up to 3,000 years old. So that's a pretty old tree. And they just grow like a millimetre per year, I think it is, on a good year. Franklin Gordon's National Heritage. So this is a place obviously pretty close to the Franklin River, and obviously we're on the Gordon River. This is just a little stop off for the red boat when it comes up. I'm sure they all come up here. So again, this is a great little spot. It gives you an idea of some of the trees, like the leatherwood and the Huon pine on the track. So it's good to come and check this out.
Almost.
Good morning, top of the morning to you. I just stayed last night at the Derwent Bridge Hotel in the caravan in the car park for free. Popped in there, grabbed a meal, it's very nice. But I'm at a place right now, it's called The Wall. I can't show you many pictures of it. You need to Google it and find out what it's all about. But basically, from what I can gather, it's a guy called Greg Duncan. Pretty sure that's his name. Hopefully it is. Anyway, the artist, what he's done is he's taken timber, raw Huon pine, and carved in these most intricate details. And he's basically told a story. And on the wall is the story that he is telling. He's told the story through carvings on the wall, and it's just outstanding. As I say, I can't show you because of copyright and all that sort of thing. And if you want to get yourself a little treat, definitely call into this place and see just exactly what I'm talking about. And if you've met anybody on the track and mentioned the wall, I'm pretty sure most of the people will have been there, and if they don't, they'll know something about it. So there it is. His son now has taken over because he's retired. His son's taken over. His son is finishing off some of the jobs. His son also does metal work. And there's, when you're driving in the driveway, you'll see giant locusts and all sorts of little insects like that, but done again incredibly well. check out the wall. Here's a random tip for you. Now I know a lot of them are all just painfully obvious and you can probably work it out yourself, but just so you actually do know, watering for me, it's really quite a prime importance. So I try to save as much water as I can, as often as I can. Now I'm at a place where it's free camping and there is no water, there is facilities. And in there's a little tap that you can wash your hands with. So I'm going to put in half a bucket of water there for free so that I can use that for washing up the dishes, because I don't care what quality the water is, it just needs to be reasonably clean and clear so that I can do the dishes. So that might just help your water usage. Good morning, top of the morning to you. A bit chilly here at the moment, but it is summer, so thank heavens it's not winter. And it's not raining, so that's great to me. I'm at downtown Nelson River, or Nelson Falls, and it really is like 10 minutes up to the falls. Quite spectacular, even at summertime, and then scoot back. Beautiful lush rainforest on the way through, and if you're lucky you might see a couple of birds or a couple of little animals just poking around. So I nearly wasn't going to call into here. If you got the time, pop it in, it's worth the walk. I'm halfway through a walk. This is the Franklin River short walk. Basically you walk down a beautiful track, and then some of it's timber with they put that chicken wire over it. I think it's so you won't slip. I don't know how to slip, so it's working if that's the case. Got a little creek running down this way, a little creek running that way when I was walking down, and I think this is part of the loop. Now it is very cold and it's sort of peak summer, I think it's 12 degrees, but this is a temperate rainforest, and the Franklin River National Park covers 20% of Tasmania, so it's a fair size. And for those who know something about it, back in the 70s, Franklin was the big drama. They wanted to dam, I think, the Franklin, and that a lot of people protested. Unfortunately, the protesters won, so we have a pristine forest here. It just really is awesome.
Your destination is on the left.
So here's a handful of steps going up the hill, obviously, but the good thing is when you're coming down, it's not so hard working different muscles. This little doodad here is called a clinometer or clinometer. What you do is you keep both eyes open, one eye on that, and then move it to the very top of the tree it's solid on, measure off the angle, and then there's a conversion chart. This is how I got to 71 metres, because the angle is 50 degrees to the very top. Good, isn't it? Now I can't tell you much about this tree because I'm going to run out of battery. Just least to say, it's massive at the base, so you can imagine it must be pretty tall. The one just around the corner, I measured it 70 metres high. That's a very tall, tall tree. See how wide it is. Still at the base. This is massive. They reckon that this tree was still growing when Abel Tasman came to Van Diemen's Land, 1612. So it's been hanging around for a while. Better be gentle with it. Good morning, top of the morning to you. What a great day it is here in downtown Tasmania. So I'm about an hour and a half away from Hobart, and just finishing off my little stay here at Mount Field. Now during the absolute winter there is snow here, so you can come up here and play around on toboggans and all sorts of things like that. But meanwhile, during the summer months and even autumn, it is outstanding. Probably one of the most outstanding waterfalls I've seen in Australia, so that's well worth a visit. And as I say, it's not too far from Hobart, and its prices are unbelievably good prices to stay here with electricity. Anywho, let's just keep moving. Okay, so that wraps up this week. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you found the video useful, helpful and or entertaining, please give it a thumbs up. And if you think it's worth sharing, that too would be great. Until next time, this is Paul Wheel Drive, signing off.